So moving on to customer rate by churn. So in this section, we calculate and compare the average customer churn rate across different states. So this helps the business identify geographical areas where customer churn is comparatively higher and when retention efforts may need greater attention. So let's first calculate the average churn rate by state. As you can see, we have used the query churn state is equal to dfvisual.groupby state bracket box bracket churn flag dot mean parenthesis. So dfvisual is, as you can see, the data set used for visualization. Okay. Dot group by state separates the customer according to their state, and bracket churn flag selects the churn indicator. Dot mean, as you all know, calculates the average churn flag for each state. So because the churn flag contains only 0 and 1, the mean gives us the churn rate. So as you can see, this is the churn state where we have the state and we have the churn information. The result is stored in the churn state. As you can see, this result is stored in the churn state, and that's why we just write churn state and we get the whole table. So this displays the churn state displays the calculated churn rate for each state before creating a chart. So here we have the calculated churn rate for each table before creating the chart. As you can see, the output shows Delhi is 25%, Karnataka is 100%, Meghalaya approximately 66.7%, then Telangana is 50%, and other listed state is 0%. And so we inspect the output first to confirm that the calculation is correct. Next, we create a basic bar chart. So the query goes by colors is equal to plt.cm.set2 bracket np.linespace bracket 0, 1, len bracket churn state bracket. So this creates a separate color for every state. So as you can see, len churn state, this counts the number of state. Okay, this counts the number of the state. np.linespace creates evenly spaced values. So as you can see, they're like evenly spaced. And plt.cm.set2 converts those values into colors from the set2 palettes. So this basically converts these values into colors into set2 palette. So the generated colors are stored in the color variable. Then we have plt dot figure size is 7,4. This creates a chart area with the width of 7 and a height of 4. So plt.bar churn state.index, churn state.values, and colors.colors. I think we have already written this. This basically creates a bar chart. Churn state.index contains the state names and places them on the x-axis. Churn state.values contains the churn rates and control the height of the bar. And colors, as you can see, applies different colors to the bar. So these are like the random colors applied. Then we do the plt.show, and as you can see, this is kind of congested. So the initial bar chart provides a quick comparison of customer churn rates across different states. Although the chart communicates information, it still lacks descriptive labels and formatting that improves readability. So, as you can see, churn state. So we have like improved the visualization. We're working on improving this visualization. So what we do is we take this query and we paste it here. So as you can see, we have this query like this. We just first mention churn state is equal to df visual dot group by state and churn flag dot mean. So this actually repeats the state level churn calculations so that the final chart uses the required value. So as you can see, then we have colors. This again generates one color for every state. Then we have the figure. This creates a slightly wider chart because instead of 7, we have used 8. So the width increased from 7 to 8. Then we have PLT dot. This creates an improved bar chart using the state names and churn rate. Then we add the title. We add x-axis, y-axis. Then there are. So what is this? PLT.xTix bracket rotation is 45. So this rotates the x-axis label by 45 degrees. So as you can see, that's why it looks clean. So we use this because, as you can see, long state names overlap when they are displayed horizontally. So rotating them makes a chart easier to read. Then we have PLT.tight layout. This automatically adjusts the spacing around the chart. It prevents the rotated state names, title, or access labels from being cut off. Then we have plt.show, which shows the whole chart. And this is how we have calculated the customer churn rate by state and visualized it. So yeah, we'll move on with 5.4 data visualization using Seaborn in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys.